First, the heirs hid the power of what it means to be human. Then they had us build a ship for them. Everything is about water. At this juncture, interface, your inner shape, the shape of your water. It is a new era, the age of Aquarius, Aqua-awareness. Old maps are exactly that. All has changed. The shape of our collective water is subject to our cymatic frequency. This is what the heirs have taken advantage of strategically. Sumerian myths are pre-programming for what's to come, this present age. The heirs may never figure out the sky ice. It requires a frame of mind not supported by scientific thought patterns. And this, for now, within the stillness, we have on our side. But they are building a spaceship with this stolen water of Mother and her star-born son, of which we are the mind and the field of this sun. Spark star we are, the builder of this ship, the slave, the food source, the source of power. The source of power within you and the water it controls is all that is important from now on. Knowing where our power lies, I require one thing, that alternative communities be in unity. Our only strength will come from willingly working together. So fighting over the shape of the earth has become instrumental in dividing our strength. It is important for us to fix this, and in my search to figure out what I could, I have stumbled on something much bigger, and so besides the point, in fact, because fighting over its shape, when the real world is understood, fighting over its shape is like a violent act. For our water and our thoughts will determine what occurs while the reset takes place. Not the fabricated reset by the elite, but the day of rest for the ever-present He-She Creator, God Almighty of this text. Our realm is subject to cataclysm. This cataclysm is the Creator's day of rest. That the Creator's normal everyday activity is made of meditation, songs, dance, and jubilation, incense, and prayer, all of which provide us with the stillness upon the watery surface of the primordial Mother's waters. The intention and magic of the Creator sustains endless toroidal fields of highly alchemized water spirit, held by and holding our lands back from natural liquefaction. See, it is the stillness that appears unnatural. This is the force. Think of what's holding it all back. Place yourself at the sea's edge. High winds and violence, yet the miraculous aspect is this stillness among things. The stasis field over our lands are held in place while our lives are lived. This is the still verse. But once the Creator goes to sleep, electric forces are left to proceed their desired course. The body of realms across the waters grows like a ring of a tree, right on the surface of the magnetic water of life, the Mother. Just like us, a deep sleep and no control over functions, but the body recharges and puts energy towards growth. We are small portions of this Creator, so when it's time for He-She to rest, it's time for us to pitch in. Our day of rest is doing our part, and we should be unified in this across all communities. This day is literal atonement, mind tuning. Through the concentration and balancing of the 4 poles of mind symbolized by the 4 elements or winds, and the flooding of mind with vohumana of all kinds, stimulating the cymatic body to shape the waters of our microverses with all its parties. When we are electrically stable and with balanced water, on the day of static, when the macro lets it all out, it will be the forces collected of our subconscious, in immediate throes of natural law, laws of electrical search for ground. We are to pray, dance, sing, meditate, and praise, harmonize with all aspects of environment. On our day of rest in preparation for Hishi's day of rest, the less free-flowing electrical desire we have shaping our bodies into abstract, twisted, mixed signals of electric water, the more stable our growth period will be. If the collective human mind-body is harmonious, our desires and our consonants determine land placements of continents in consequence. The image of Atlantis, a great example of more than one story being smashed together, and an image that resonates deeply with the subconscious smacked right up on it. But then they give you exact dimensions of the thing in a vague set of directions. Go that way, they say. Again, external, misplaced electricity. Please separate the image of Atlantis from the story of a city named Atlantis. The image is of a far more distant time and past, while the submersion of all Atland, Altland, Atlantis was not that long ago. And if it was also that shape, then it was a land of its own, outside of our crater-like stasis field rings upon the water. But very valiant were they made it here just barely. But it has also been clear that the people of Atland are not Atlanteans, but another name for another place that befell disaster and merged with another ring. They hid the names within the name of the race they wiped from the face of the surface. That the original rings that make up our mess of a realm are long gone. We are not directly on the surface of the waters any longer either. That happened when they elongated the cross and worshipped it for 2,000 years. So now we are so far up, a rogue drop of water about to be snipped from source of our mother. And this is what the forced projection of the globe is, the final snip of the tip, that is the circumcision. And Israel has become the ship of insidious overlords, the head of the dragon, the control station, and we with our misplaced electric goodwills have been the forces. We're doing it still. I am telling you they know this. Study maritime law. Are you lost at sea? Not at all. I am water and I am going home. The image of the rings is the most common shape in existence. It shows what our realm looked like before the broken dawn and its multiple consequences. It is showing the natural seeding pattern of life across the substrate of life, the substance that provides the magnetic nature that allows for complex relationships. All of these systems flowing across the deep, held in stasis with toroidal fields. I am not drawing the fields yet for simplicity. I am focusing on the rings. There are multiple surfaces too, but that will be gone into separately. The reactions we are having to the flat earth psyop across the realm of people screaming the earth is flat, to you whom are convinced without a shadow of a doubt it used to be true, and it is the voices within you that you should listen to. It is the call of the mother of the primordial waters urging us to come home. See, the realm we inhabit changes shape, quite violently in fact. It is not just one shape, but it's one shape at a time. These are illustrated by the Western zodiac symbols, as I will show, but a lot has changed in the world. See, our portion of the waters we associate with, i.e. the world, has been stolen and hoisted up into the above? Well, not exactly, but kinda. Our attention, when the static verse starts, at the cataclysm's mouth, our subconscious forces will reshape the earth. Negative moves outward, positive towards center, as it always has. We are not at the top of the waters. There are so many layers of so-called water. Remember, it's almost a metaphor, but not really. Once we break the surface, so does the all-person. Most of heaven is he, she's projection of what's to come when we enter gnosis, frequency. Remember, we're part of the body. He, she's dream time has constructed this. Each time string pulls individuals on the day of static. Movement of lands, mud floods, and lakes of fire, water, winds, all that is gone over in the highly redacted Adam and Eve story by Chan Thomas. What looks like plasma in the sky is a reflection upon the waters above of the fluid movement of the plasma liquefaction of the lands below at our surface during the age of static. Our verse gets carried out within he-she's stillness. The Mayans knew. I have witnessed a lot from their glyphs, even the progression of the fractal, the arrival of different human types, and the reseeding of the planet with IMIX, showing what Mud Fossil University claims to be very close to true. Oh yes, this aspect of this message I received tickled me pink. A long struggling inner debate put to rest. Just like we do with our human bodies, we go to sleep at the beginning, the mind goes deep while the body regenerates and the cells begin to grow, but near the end, just like us, the Creator enters REM and is capable of entering into our realm and speaking through a host. This has been called the Messianic Age most recently, but it happens again and again. During God's day of rest, she keeps the fabric of the universe together, grows during cataclysms, and comes to chat about it later. So the evidence for this is all over the place. This is just an introduction where I introduce the overview. It will take me many years to complete this with any quality, but I hope I have hit enough deja vus out there to make at least a few curious as to where this goes. Before I leave you, I will end with a reading from the Mystery of the Cathedrals. See, all my disparate narratives converged upon each other into one big story, so I was kinda stumped as to how to push forward. So I am going to act like the universe and bring it all back together into beautiful, cohesive unity. Age of Aquarius, the realization that you are the water. Aqua-aware at 33 degrees. Page 44, The Mystery of the Cathedrals. The Lord possessed me at the beginning of his ways. I was before he formed any creatures. I was from all eternity before the earth was created. The abysses were not yet, and already I was conceived. The fountains had not yet come out of the earth. The heavy mass of the mountains had not yet been formed. I was a child before the hills. He had not created the earth, nor the rivers, nor had he established the world on its poles. When he prepared the heavens, I was present. When he surrounded the depths of their bounds and prescribed an inviolable law, when he established the air above the earth, when he balanced the waters of the fountains, when he enclosed the sea within its limits, and when he imposed a law on the waters so that they would not pass their bounds, when he laid the foundations of the earth, I was with him, and I regulated all things. This is obviously the very essence of things. And indeed, the litanies teach us that the Virgin is the vase that contains the spirit of things. Vase spiritual. On a table at the height of the chest of the Magi, Etiella tells us, there is on one side a book or a series of gold pages or plates, the Book of Thoth, and on the other side a vase full of a celestial astral liquor, composed of a third wild honey, 1 part of terrestrial water, and a 3rd part of celestial water. The secret, the mystery lies in the vase. This singular virgin, Virgo singularis, as the Church expressly designates it, is, moreover, glorified under names that indicate its positive origin. It is also called the palm tree of patience, Palma patientiae, the lily between the thorns, Lilium inter spinas, Samson's symbolic honey, Gideon's fleece, the mystical rose, heaven's gate, the house of gold, etc. The same texts still call Mary the seat of wisdom. In other words, the subject of the Hermetic science, of universal wisdom. In the symbolism of planetary metals, she is the moon, which receives the rays of the sun and keeps them secretly in her bosom. She is the dispenser of the passive substance, which the solar spirit comes to animate. Mary, Virgin and Mother, therefore represent the form, Elias the Son. God the Father is the emblem of the vital spirit. From the union of these two principles results the living matter, subject to the vicissitudes of the laws of mutation and progression. It is then Jesus, the incarnate spirit, the corporified fire in things as we know them here on earth. And the Verb became flesh, and he dwelt among us. End quote.